I'm Scott McCown. I'm director of the Children's Rights Clinic at the UT School of Law, but I'm here testifying individually and not institutionally. I may be more in favor of the original House Bill 5 than the committee substitute, because I think the more independent you can make it, the more standalone you can make it, the better off the department and the mission will be. In 1991, the legislature took the Department of Family and Protective Services out of Human Services and made it standalone. And the lesson you had learned prior to that was that if it gets part of that big Human Services bureaucracy, it can't be nimble and function. And I think it's very important that we not repeat the mistakes of history and that we make it as independent as possible. I would recommend that you look at whether it should set its own rates for non-Medicaid services, particularly as we do more outsourcing. Having it set its own rates could be critically important. And I would recommend that you keep it, if you want, as a standalone bill, but that you also incorporate it into whatever omnibus bill moves. Because I truly think that outside the Appropriations Act, this is the most important CPS bill of the session. And it needs to be in that omnibus bill in case the Senate tries to back you away from it. I think it's important enough to be there. There may be a small fiscal note because there might be some one-time costs, no matter how much consolidation you leave behind or how much contracting you do. But that small fiscal note will be money well spent. So some people might be hesitant and say, well, would a direct report to the governor politicize this too much? I've been doing this for 30 years, and I don't think I don't think it matters. It's going to depend on the governor and the governor's priorities. And you might as well make it a direct report and get all the advantages that my friend John Specia mentioned without the disadvantages of the current separation and lack of clarity. So I really encourage you to pursue this bill, and I really encourage you to make it part of the omnibus bill and look at giving the department the most ability to act independently that you can get.
Judge, thank you for referencing the fiscal note. The LBB indicates that there's no significant fiscal implication to the state. So,
well, that'd be great.
We've got that covered. Thank you.
But also appreciate your comments about the committee sub. We are going to relook at that. There was a lot of discussion. Some of that had to do with the fiscal note. We're going to look back at that because I do agree that DFPS needs flexibility in deciding where they're going to outsource those services, but we will look at that before it gets all the way through the floor.
And could I give you one small example?
Yes.
The department had its own medical director that sat right next door to the commissioner. That medical director led the effort to reduce the use of psychotropic medications for children and youth in our system. We have dramatically reduced psychotropic meds. The department no longer has a medical director. HHSC, he's gone. And now the department has to turn to HHSC for that function, and you lose that laser-like focus that I think Judge Specia mentioned. And that's just one example of many where when you consolidate, you lose the ability to actually get done what you need to get done. There's no clear separation between field work and back office work. Back office work sometimes is critical to making field work happen. Thank you very much.